Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be testing out an Alpha Clone Dragoon for the hunt of 2022, the Guristas hunt. The Guristas are out there causing mischief in the world of New Eden. Here we are in a Dragoon. This is slightly tweaked from last year's Dragoon fit I used. It was made under a few false assumptions. So I remember I did some, this was the previous fit I used, and I was focusing a lot on cap stability here and this thermal resist. And I realize now in testing that there's not a lot of thermal resist. Well, there is thermal resist, but it can vary. Sometimes it can be thermal, sometimes it can be EM, sometimes it can be kinetic. And especially when it's kinetic or explosive, you're going to get shredded. So that's why this time I went quite heavy on the tank and not so much on capacitor. And there's a particular reason why. So here we are. We're using a reactive armor hardener, and we're using, this is like all alpha clone capable. This reactive armor hardener they'll be able to adapt to like the certain damage type that's incoming, so it's really good in that regard. The default state here will be just using one armor repair like this, so you're cap stable like this. But then if stuff goes a little bit crazy, you can always use it as a second one, and you can use it for 1 minute and 20 seconds. So you should be able to take out all the threat in that time. The reactive armor hardener is quite unfortunate because it's a module that uses a lot of capacitors. You can see here, it uses like 4 gigajoules almost. So it's like almost as much as an armor repair, actually, to be honest. But I like it. It's very good, very useful, because you can get some sick resists when it reacts over time. We're using the Tech 2 drones right here, and they are actually alpha clone capable. The thing is, many people think, oh, the Tech 2 drones are not allowed as an alpha clone, but they are. The medium and heavy Tech 2 drones, they're not allowed as an alpha clone, but the light ones, they are. If you want to or don't have the skills and the kind of bother to train for these, go for the Imperial Navy Acolytes. They have more tank than these as well, but they do less DPS. The reason I prefer these is just that they're overall a lot cheaper. So the total fit here comes out 9.5 million. We've got the light missiles, which will be good overall like damage that we can do all the time because it's got long range. But then we've also got these pulse lasers. These can be good for close range engagements. So I've opted in for going for the gamma because I've noticed that the stuff that orbits me is orbiting pretty close, but not so close that I feel like multi-frequency will always be the best option. So that's why I packed in this test right here both multi-frequency and gamma to see which is best. But I think gamma will be the best based on how far they've been orbiting previously. I've been looking at, but it should be all right. We've got a hunt key right here. We can use this to then go to the boss room, see how it fares there. I feel like almost in some ways the boss room is a little bit easier. It's just that it goes very quick because you just kill him, then that's it. But in the small waves in between, it lasts a lot longer. So we'll see how this goes. We'll have to group our drones a little bit, move these to DPS, and then we'll have 5 of these ones go into like cheap, and then these other acolytes will go into maybe cheap 2. Need to organize our overview a bit because it's a bit messed up since the last time I've been on this account was a very long time ago. And if you have capacitor issues, I think there could be an alternative to replace the reactive armor hardener, and then we'll go with a multi-spectrum energized membrane, this one right here. The thing is, this is providing some good resist or better resist than the reactive armor hardener off the bat, so it could be a very good alternative. It does, however, require more skills than reactive armor hardener, but it is overall like gives more resist in total. But when the reactive armor hardener spools up, it'll be a lot better than the multi-spectrum over here. So we're going to test this out with the reactive armor hardener. Might test it later with a multi-spectrum if it goes very smoothly. It feels like we're over tanking a lot. Let's go here and find the sites. Nothing here. We'll go to somewhere in Citadel because that tends to be pretty successful in terms of finding sites.
Warp drive active.
So I'll make it clear right here, this is not like a tried and tested fit, but I'm quite sure it will work, and that's the reason why I'm going to be testing it out right now.
Active.
Oh, in Unpass, there's one. Let's go there. Sipala, Kusumonmon. No, nothing here, so just Unpass. See if there are any Coercer probably is going to run them as well. I think I have seen Coercers doing this in previous years. So hopefully it goes good. I was previously using dual cap batteries, but the thing is I don't think it's so necessary because the newts are not particularly strong here, and we actually get more cap recharge per second if we have a cap recharge like this. Otherwise we could use the dual PV cap batteries right here, it would be a little bit less cap recharge per second, but it would give us better newt resist and also be cheaper and also require less skills, since you won't have to use that cap recharger tech 2 right there. You could use a compact cap recharger, but if I was to use a compact cap recharger, then the benefits of this over dual cap batteries would be very little, and I may as well just go with dual cap batteries. What have we got here? Anyone here? Worm. Okay, Worm would be a tough competition. See how this goes. So we'll just do like we did before. So reactive armor hardener and small armor repair on all the time. This one only when we need it. So you know, where is he? I wonder if he's going to go for the second room, because many times I've seen that people have not been going for the second room, they've just been leaving it there. Okay, let's take the DPS drones. We could as well just have 3 sets of these drones, but I'm just trying to keep the price of the fit on the low side. And we don't even need to use this armor repair right now, or this reactive armor hardener, just when we start taking damage. Where's that worm? Where's this worm? I think he's going to be going to the second room right here. Worms could be good for alpha clones, because alpha clones can use worms. The issue I have with the worm is its price. It's so expensive. Like 100 million ISK for the hull, just the hull. So I don't think at all it's worth it. Oh, we deploy our drones right here. We've got the Guristas automated automata.
To give the command to a drone requires.
Let's try to go for this, see if we can.
Target.
There's a possibility of outcompeting this guy. He is so fast. This Guristas automated VF is so fast. Our drones are still able to do some decent damage though, I'm surprised. Where's the worm? He's over there. Are we able to use our pulse lasers yet? No, not yet. We did actually graze a little bit. Were we able to get it? Oh, we were able to get it actually. Oh, and we took some drone damage as well, unfortunately. That's very unfortunate right there. I didn't notice that he just knocked down my drone just like that. Let's grab this. This is not a particularly good test right here, because we've got the worm here taking a lot of the damage. It'd be better if we were completely solo, then it would give a good indication of how good we would do there. Did he go through the acceleration gate? If we just scan on the short, yeah, he went to the second room. There's no point going there, because the main loot is in the second room, not this one right here. So we'll skip this. We'll continue on our journey. Acolyte 2. So we haven't got any Acolyte 2s we could get quickly. I'll go back to G to fetch one. To be honest, I think if you're going to be going for the best ISK, it'll be better to focus on the second boss if you have enough of these acceleration gate keys, because in my experience so far, that initial mini boss has always been dropping so bad loot. So I think it could be better to just go for, like, focus on being aligned to that gate if there's no one else doing it. But we need to find a site where there's no one else there. That'll be a very good test of tank. Okay, got the acolytes. Let's go to some remote area of space where we can find our own sites. If we go to Heora, this is on my missioning system. We can go here. There's a long route. Maybe we'll find some undisputed hunt sites. Okay, we've got a Guristas hunt outpost in Livinen. Let's see if there's anyone here. This is a pretty low populated system right here, only 5 players, but I mean, may as well all these players could be here doing the same thing that I'm doing. Retriever. Okay, there's no one here, it seems. Great, perfect. Let's see how this goes. To keep an eye on these drones here, because I do not want to lose more drones. It's going to be very tragic to lose poor drones. We can make our way towards this inactive acceleration gate as well. Lock them up. We'll do the same thing we did before. Armor repair and reactive armor hardener. You are currently managing 0 targets. Are being ECM'd. That's quite unfortunate right there. Blackbird right here. Brave Blackbird over here. Using ECM on us. Lone little Dragoon. Okay, it seems like we're tanking pretty decently, I think. We're also getting the reactive armor hardener to spool up, so it should be alright. And then we've always got the second armor repair to use if we ever need it. Use a pulse laser as well on this guy. It's not doing much damage, but it's something. Just keep an eye on the drones. It's so easy for me to forget about the drones. I think the worm is the one who does second amount of damage because he's like a faction frigate, so it's more damage than the other ones, the condors and that kind of stuff. Okay, tank seems to be holding out pretty decently. Pretty decent. Popped, and we'll just pop this guy over here too. Real quick. Condor dies really quickly. The reason I'm using pulse lasers and EM missiles because these guys have low EM resist and in their shields. And their shield are their biggest HP pool they've got. So just overall smart to go with EM damage right here. See here. See their resist right here? Low EM in the shields. They've got a lot of shields. Like Guristas naturally have a lot of shields. You'll see when you buy a rattlesnake healer, fat shields. So now we're taking quite a bit of damage. Could be the reactive armor hardener is adapting? Yeah, it is adapting. So it could be good to like, turn this off and reassign it. Like you can reset the reactive armor hardener, then it's going to like get a fresh resist profile from the beginning. But look, tank is quite stable right here. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage though on our drones. So be a little bit careful for the drones. Use these cheap ones in the meantime, just to keep doing constant damage. Popped. And about to go for a second pop right here. Popped. And the worm over here. These tech ones are doing a pretty decent amount of damage though, so it's pretty nice. Thought these would do like 0 damage, but they're doing significant DPS. Can recall them. Let's repair our drones to max right there. Or repair our armor to max. I think the cormorants and the worms do a lot of damage. Go for the worms first. Ooh, taking a lot of damage right here. Use the dual armor repairs. A lot of thermal resist. Forgot to activate my armor repair, and our reactive armor hardener now has got max thermal resist, so that's a decent amount of thermal resist. How much resist have we got? 74%, wow. So that's a lot of incoming damage we're taking for a short amount of time. It was all thermal. So now we can turn off that armor repair right there, just have that as a little backup, you know. Since there's no one here, I'll test using the Tech 1 drones against that mini boss because I think he's going to do a lot of damage, this mini boss to drones. I wonder if the Jackdaw will. Nah, it's a tiny bit of EM damage because this guy is probably doing by default no damage, like hardly any damage compared to those cormorants and those worms. So even though he did EM damage, we weren't adapting to any EM resist because his damage was in proportion to the incoming thermal damage really low. Can lock up these guys right here. Let's reset the reactive armor hardener to equal resists. We'll go for take this ECM scrub out. One thing to keep in mind is that my character right here has got max skills for an alpha clone. So it will take a bit of time to get the exact stats I've got. Like for example, you could maybe see, oh my DPS is 200 something. Maybe it won't exactly be 200 DPS if you've got a lower skill alpha clone right here. Don't need to use second armor repair. Don't need to have that much of a hardcore tank. Come on, take out that Kestrel, please, drones. Popped. Great. There's a lot of NPCs right here. It feels like it's taking, there's more NPCs, but it's actually just taking a lot longer because I'm so used to using a retribution that this annihilates these guys straight away without any real challenge. There's a big volley right there, hit shot of 400. So Caracal, I think, was doing a lot of damage. That's what it is. Yeah, it's that Caracal. Oof. Let's take out that guy. Maybe if we also move a little bit, it'll help a little bit against the Caracal's damage. And we're using this Afterburner all the time. It's silly me. We're using this Afterburner, which is going to be just consuming a lot of cap. And we're not even moving. That was silly of me. I think we might take less damage if we move with this caracal shooting us. Let's see now. Guristas automated this guy here. Okay, Guristas automated. Let's see now. Does the caracal hit? There he is. Okay, come on, caracal, go down. Taking a lot of damage. Come on, die. There we go. Oof. Taking a lot of damage right here. Ugh. This is pretty tough indeed. Come on, come on. Come on, Dragoon, you can do it. Jewel reps, come on. Yeah, this definitely needs more tack, more capacitor, more everything. Oh, we've almost drained our entire capacitor right here. We just stopped shooting for a bit and didn't kill stuff, and that just caused us to take so much damage. Because it was all stable until the boss came, and we would have killed the caracal, but I just decided to recall my drones because I was worried about the drones taking too much damage from the automated VF drone. And then sort of almost cost me my ship right here. But we definitely learned from this that we need more tank. So we could probably replace this drone damage amplifier with something to favor our tank a bit. And we're going to go in for the jackdaw. It might be not such a smart idea, but we're going to go in for the jackdaw. 6.2 million? That's decent. ISK right there. As this copper septic gave a bit of ISK. So I think what I'm going to try to do here is orbit the jackdaw. Try to keep range from him. And just keep my velocity up all the time to reduce his damage. Let's go. There he is, that scrub. Get 25%, 37% structure. That's a low amount of structure right there. Never mind, he's already at point blank range. Need to keep moving. It doesn't seem like our pulse lasers are doing anything. We can orbit this guy at maybe 10 kilometers, something like that. We're tanking actually pretty decently here. Hunt jackdaw. Is he doing any damage to us? No, he's not doing much damage to us. Now he's doing damage to us. Okay. Taking a little bit of all the different damage types right here. Oh no, we've lost some drones. Use a second armor repair. Keep our velocity up. Oof, now taking a lot of damage. Come on, come on. Why is the damage going up so... Feels like the damage is increasing over time. Okay, let's get in range. He's almost dead. Come on. Drones, please do your thing. You can do it, drones. Yes, we managed to get through. Just about. Just about. So this fit works perfectly fine if there's other people there. If you're solo, however, it's going to be a bit on the borderline. So definitely can use more tank. Definitely can use more tank. To be honest, capacitor I think would be a big thing to increase our tank, just because if we had a good capacitor, then we would be able to use our both armor pairs for a long time, and we'd be able to tank. But because I felt like with 2 armor pairs, it was still alright. But just the capacitor was not there. I wonder if we remove this afterburner right here and put another cap battery, would that help? Multi-spectrum, energized, membrane. I think a way to improve this would be perhaps to remove this afterburner, because I felt like this afterburner was doing nothing. And these pulse lasers also, they're just draining our capacitor. They're hardly doing anything either, to be honest. So I feel like might have to remove this drone damage amplifier. Maybe we could replace these dual cap batteries. Cap recharger over here. We're cap stable now. Okay, that's decent. Could we remove this? No. Nosferatu. Small Nosferatu, maybe. That's some capacitor, extra capacitor as well. Tractor beam could be good. Small tractor beam. To pull in the loot since we're so slow. Remove this maybe. And then we put an auxiliary nanopump. Small auxiliary nanopump. I think this should be able to get through. We can try this next time perhaps. With the Nosferatu helping us a bit. the DPS is still pretty low. I mean, we had 50 extra DPS from those pulse lasers, but still, it was hardly doing any damage. So we had really low DPS. Everything felt like it was going super slow. And I think like the Retribution I use for these sites, it's got less tank. But the thing is, the Retribution has so much DPS, so it's able to take out stuff so quickly. So I think that could be why it's able to survive a lot better surviving than this ship right here. So it could be an idea to go for a lot of offense, but the Dragoon has a hard time getting for a lot of offense. It's more of like a brick ship. So Quasar could be an option, maybe. I don't know. Feels a bit hard. This is pretty difficult, but I would perhaps go for something like this. There would be a bit bigger chance of survivability. Just save this here and test it another time. So I think that's enough for now. Close call in the Dragoon. They managed to get through the site, but with a very small margin of safety to spare. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.